That was number 5, Marco Villanueva. At bat, number 13, Joey Gomez.
Low, low, low.
You on?
We're on.
Okay, are we on?
You're on, sir.
There we go.
Go.
Oh, boy. Oh, everybody, welcome to Veterans Field here in Laredo, Texas, and the game between Laredo and the Ciudad de Mexico, Sonora, Nogales. Laredo being undefeated at this point, and Mexico has lost one game. All right, we got a runner on first and a runner on second. Got a courtesy runner for Gomez, and for those of you, courtesy runners are only allowed for the pitcher and the catcher.
Stepping into the batter's box, number 11, Joel Garcia.
That was Joey Gomez that just got beaned.
He got dinged, yeah.
Yeah. That's a catcher, so he's.
Right. So they got a courtesy runner for him. We got Joel Francisco Garcia at the home plate right now, getting ready to bat from Alexander High School.
A lot of kids that you've seen growing up through the years, huh?
Let me tell you, I've seen these kids right here. I remember when they were playing as 8-year-olds, playing for Pony. And this little group here basically has kind of stuck together and has made playoffs year after year after year. Of course, Manolo does a great job. He coaches the kid. He gets them at a certain age, and he takes them. And then once they get to this particular stage, then he releases them and goes back, and he picks up another group. Done a great job. And we have kids playing for the Laredo team from all over Laredo. We got them from United, Nixon, Alexander, United South, Martin.
Nixon also.
Yeah. So line shot to third base, foul ball. You know, we got Laredo has a couple of sophomores playing on this team. You know, in order to be able to play with this group of kids and you be a sophomore, you have to be pretty tough.
Runners are going.
All right, runners advance. Everybody moves. Catcher was going to throw to third, but ball slipped out of his hand.
So, back when this started, I mean, this is a totally different field than what you're used to seeing way back when. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
totally different. And I think if you, as we sit up here in the press box, and
you got a pop fly out to right field.
Yeah, foul ball.
Foul ball.
You look at the complex and what the Laredo Independent School District and the vision that they have at the time, what they wanted to do with their facilities, and you have to take your hat off to them. They've done a tremendous job, and you're looking at a top-notch facility here. Foul ball again.
So we just saw Youngstown and Brownsville play. You know, they're all over the place. I mean, these guys are Sonora. They're a long way from home.
Yeah, Sonora is over there in Arizona, Nogales, Sonora. And we were talking about how Sonora over there in Nogales, a little bit similar to Laredo. It's got a port of entry.
Dry port.
They move a lot of produce through that area.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Pop fly to right field. Yeah, no problem.
Play coming in.
That runner's
home.
tagging.
Oh, he made
And Laredo scores. First one to draw blood. 1-0. Yeah, Sonora, Arizona, Nogales. It's no river that runs through it, but it's a big port for produce, local produce, national produce.
Coming up to bat, playing third base, number
Stuff
6,
coming up from Michoacan and Sonora, which is a lot closer going that way to get to the California and West Coast.
Exactly.
Then to come back down through Laredo.
Right. And it's all about logistics, right?
All about the logistics, yes. Going up through at that point, it's either going up through Chihuahua and El Paso or up through Sonora, Mexico, and coming in through Arizona.
Right.
Just makes logistical sense. These kids, you see these arms that these kids are throwing, and you see these curveballs that have so much movement, and it's phenomenal to see. You know, back when we used to play, I don't think we saw that much movement, and it's the development of the kids in baseball nowadays, that they're learning how to do everything younger, and they're starting to play sports younger, and they're, you know, developing a lot faster. And
Exactly.
here's a pass ball over the catcher, and
Another run comes in.
another run, 2-0 Laredo.
We have Cito Emilio Benavides on the plate, getting ready to hit. Nobody on base. We had 2 runners on base. We cleared them, and Laredo scores 2 runs. Yeah, Emilio is from Alexander. He's scheduled to graduate this coming year.
Yeah, I've been following the news, and you see some of these kids that pop up on the news, how they're signing with D1 schools.
Yes, sir.
We have Joey Gomez that we just saw that get beaned. That I think he committed to St. Mary's a couple of weeks ago.
And Gomez, what is his name? Sanchez, Escala.
Scala's Temi,
Yeah.
and some of them are staying local. Temi, I see 2 Temi U players, 2 Temi U soon to be players from Nixon and Alexander,
Right.
St. Mary's, Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Looking at this list, and there's,
Yeah.
that's good schools.
You got some kids.
Oh, we got a pop fly to right
Long
field.
shot. There we go. Yeah, you have Emilio. You have Marco Antonio Villanueva. He's going to Novato Junior College, and you have Alejandro Castillo. Looks like he might be going to Indian Hills. That's a great opportunity, and it's good to see that the kids that have come up through the years and have been playing
Back from Laredo, number 2, Bryden Clemens.
constant baseball. Roger Gomez on the plate.
Yeah, some of these names you look at down the list and you start seeing the names, and it's like I know this guy, I know this kid, I know this family, I know this dad. I went to school with his mom, or this or that or whatever, and it's
great?
It's awesome. It's awesome to see these kids, and you remember seeing them when they were little babies, and we were a while ago,
That's what they say. Them boys are going to grow up to be baseball players.
Yep. There's a
Line shot, shortstop. There we go. In time for the out at first base. Yeah, we've also had a tremendous opportunity to be able to see some of the young girls here in Laredo that play fast pitch, and so some of the fields throughout the city, as we recall, most of the fields at the base used to be fields that were utilized by the men's softball. But when we built the Benavides softball complex, we were able to convert the fields at the radar base, convert them into girls softball.
those at Hillside League is where I grew up. That's where I did my little league.
Right.
Yeah, so I know those fields well.
They're still there, and one of the things is that, as much effort that the city puts into baseball, we also put as much effort into girls softball and fast pitch.
Good. I was at the opening of the World Series, and I was able to meet the UT Longhorn and Olympian Kat Osterman, and let me tell you, she's you could tell she's an athlete. I mean,
Yeah.
I see all these girls, and you know that they're going to develop into these awesome sports figures that are going to be pushing the younger generations up, and it's awesome to see that we had that event at Unitrade, and all the little ones that were in the stands looking at these girls and like, wow, like I want to be like her when I grow up. And then the medium-sized girls were looking at the older ones, and they're all, it's a domino effect of the sports and the team sport, effort
and I remember, of course, we worked very closely with Richard for many, many years, and I remember when Richard's daughter was playing, and used to travel everywhere to go see them play, and she played fast pitch or Del Mar, and then she played a little bit of high school ball, and played a little bit at Tammy U, and now she's a coach at United High School.
Wow.
Fast pitch.
Yeah. We have friends that, I have my daughter that's starting up at United High School as a freshman, and I go over to the campus, and one of my old, high school buddies is the assistant principal there.
Yeah.
And then you get to the main campus, and one of our old friends is the principal at United High School. So it's like,
get a little bit of that.
I was like, wow, like, it's awesome to see that. It's just you breed them, and then you breed them through the system, and then we're going through this, and people are just moving on up and trying to do better for themselves, and now they get to positions where they're influencing our kids.
That's it.
And it's awesome because they're the perfect people to influence our kids.
That's it. A good influence.
Yes.
We got Councilmember Jim Belmarez back with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back. I was trying to figure out all the logistics on my phones here and everything else. At the same time, trying to keep the artificial, unintelligent bots from hitting us during the broadcast. We've got a couple of them coming on,
Here.
as they always do. So try to keep those guys coming off.
Oh yeah.
I can hear him.
So I think we're good. And it's your phone that's ringing now.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I can hear him.
can you hear him now?
Yeah, I can hear you as well. And can you hear me?
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself though as well? I mean, when you're talking to the mic, you got nothing on your side. No, it's on Chewy's. He can't seem to hear. So does he have? Check his plug in the back here.
Anyway,
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear as well. So you're
there
good.
we go.
All right. So who do we have at the plate here? Lopez.
It'll
The
pop
nice,
up.
Pop up right there, the shallow.
Whoa,
Oh,
what a
nice.
catch.
Nice over the shoulder catch there.
Shortstop Jay Garcia making that play. And Fernando Lopez, number 3 for Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, making that hit, shallow center field.
At bat playing shortstop number 2, Eduardo Siqueiros.
Something about this batter. He just came up and fist pumped
Yeah,
the catcher and the ump. I mean, that's
right.
That's cool. You don't see that often.
yeah. Joel Garcia did a great job right there.
Strike 1 to Sierros. But you're right, the quality of the sportsmanship here is above anything we've ever seen before. These kids are all great competitors, but also great sportsmen.
Yeah, in this previous game that we were calling from Youngstown and playing Brownsville, one of the parents was from Youngstown was up here with us, and he was telling us how the kids, they're staying at the same hotel, and when they got to San Antonio, they even came down on the same bus. The kids from Taipei and the kids from Youngstown waited for each other, got on the bus, came down Laredo, and somehow, with today's technology, where they're able to communicate, Google Translate and talking back and forth to each other. And they were saying that they were having pizza with each other, down at the pool, at the hotel, and they're staying at Posada and several other hotels. Obviously there's, everybody wants to win,
Yep.
but at the same time, they make the events awesome, right? I mean, they make the events,
make it
memorable,
fun, yeah.
memorable events.
Yeah, and talking about technology, I went by and checked on the hotel there, and you should have seen how many Uber drivers were out there delivering pizza.
Oh,
I can tell you what, it was
the
one-
pizza places were packed.
Yeah, I tell you, they were flying in like an airport, which is good. Good for our economy here in Laredo, and spend a little bit of money.
That's right. And we've got an 1-2 count with 1 out to Siqueiros, Eduardo Siqueiros with Nogales at the plate. Hard shot down the center. Shortstop. Gets
Yeah.
caught on the carpet.
Joel got his feet tangled up.
Got caught by the carpet monster.
Yeah, it's that carpet out there. He had to transition from the grass turf to the infield. He was a goner, but he tripped with his foot, and we got a man on first.
Siqueiros now on first, and we've got
Coming up the bat playing center field, number 55, Juan Jimenez.
Juan Jimenez, the center fielder, at the plate.
I was saying at the last game, and I hadn't seen. There's a little dribbler to the pitcher, out at first.
Now that's the way to get the ball over to the first.
That's right. That wasn't a Valdi throw, right?
That's right. Valdi Guzman would have been nervous. That thing would have gone somewhere into
And
the
the spinning cages over there, huh?
So we were calling the last game, and I was mentioning to the parents how you can hear the pop on the catcher's glove. I mean, these kids have some speed.
7 into the batter's box
yeah.
playing first base,
And,
number 49, Octavio Fabian.
In fact, I don't know if he's here today, but we've been seeing the coaches from TAMU coming by with their speed gun, and they've been looking at a couple of pictures.
Especially these local boys. I mean, some of these are already signed up to be part of the TAMU team, the Dust Devils.
Right.
So Juan Jimenez, 55, grounds out to first base. Pitcher Garcia covering the bag for him for out number 3, and that retires the side. Laredo, Texas, leading Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, 2-0.
Yeah, so those two TAMU players that we were talking about is Billy Joe Winans and Emer Ulises Encalada.
Yeah.
They're signed. Billy Joe from Nixon and Emir from Alexander.
Yep.
Both going to TAMU, class of 22.
Yep.
You know, they'll be there in 3 weeks, 34 weeks.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I can tell you this, and seeing these boys play and seeing some of the players that are there at TAMU, these kids are going to play. They're going to have an opportunity to play ball. It's great. They're going to be at home. They get to sleep in their own bed and eat mama's cooking.
Well, you know, I have a son that his friends went off to college for football, and you know, they got taken up to South Dakota and Nebraska, and it's a lot of the coaches say that they don't come down and scout South Texas because they get homesick.
I believe it. Yes.
Yeah, they get homesick because of what you just mentioned. Mama's cooking, the family environment. You get to see abuelita every day, or your tios and tias and primos and everybody. It's just for those of you who've never been to Laredo, it's a different town. You know, it's a family environment. Brought me back, that's for sure. I left after graduating local high school here, United High School, and then went to go get educated at UT El Paso, and then lived in Austin for a couple of years, but ended up back in Laredo because of family. So,
correct.
You know, it's homesick eventually, you know, brings you back.
Well, I tell you what, that's what I've always said, Rick. You know, Laredo, Texas, it's one of the most livable cities on the border.
Oh yeah. Definitely, and if it wasn't, you know, a lot of my old high school friends, a little pop up to right field.
Oh, he dropped it.
Right fielder dropped the ball.
Oh my God, what happened?
He just, I don't know if it was the sun or something, but
right. Okay, number 9. All right, we got Jeremy Gabriel, number 9.
At that playing right field, number 8, Jerry Castillo.
Okay, we got a free one there for the Laredo team, and I'm first. And see, one of the things that we see up here, you know, we see the assistant coaches that Manolo has, and you got Anales over here on third base. It's one of the excellent ball players here in Laredo, and has a baseball academy where he trains many kids throughout the days. And he's up here working third base, and he's the signal man. He's the one that calls the plays.
yeah, it looks like he's been doing a good job about coming up through the ranks and keeping track of these kids as there's a bunt to third base, advances the runner
to second. Excellent, did his job.
Coming up to bat, first baseman number 1, Andrew De Leon.
We're back.
Stepping into the batter's box, number 9, Jeremy Cabrillo.
Jeremy at the plate, left-handed batter.
Alexander Bulldog, Jeremy Cabrillo up there. Out.
He's one of the younger ones, or
Jeremy Cabrillo is class of 25, so he's still got a couple of years.
that's right.
You know, it's awesome looking at this list and you start seeing, you know, Alexander United, United South, you know, Martin, Nixon. You know, the mix of all the schools it's
Very well
impressive.
represented, right?
Very well represented, Laredo.
There's no outs. Laredo on top by 2 runs.
You know, the dedication that these kids put into you know, to making a team, because not only do they have their school team, but they have this team, and I'm sure they're on another travel team or two. And you know, to get to build that teamwork, that camaraderie with all the different kids, it's not easy because you have a lot of personalities.
A lot of personalities, different, but I tell you what, this is where you have to tip your hat for Manolo and the work that he does and the assistant coaches that he has. They do a great job.
Yeah, it's not easy, number one, just for the players, but it's a lot harder for the coaches.
Exactly.
Because you got to deal with 20, 25 kids, you know, 21 kids.
Exactly. And of course, we got to give a lot of credit to the parents.
Yeah, without the parents, this isn't possible. I mean,
Yes.
we were talking about this Youngstown parent here and how they drove. You know, they came 1,700 miles. There's 1,700 miles from Youngstown, Ohio. There's Taipei teams. There's Sonora, Mexico. Which is another 1,700, but the opposite way. You know, they're coming from all over.
Long way from home.
And it's all because of their love for their children. You know, that they're doing this. Taipei, you know, that's a ocean away. You know.
Exactly.
Got a couple of Mexico fans on the YouTube live chat. Blanca, how are you? Vamos Mexico, dice Blanca.
A big shout out to Blanca.
Big swing.
All
That
right.
was a nice change up there.
Okay, so we got getting ready to go to the top of the bottom of the second,
Bottom of the second inning. Yeah.
and Laredo up on top by 2-0. I see Richard Rosas out there, Gene, and he made it over to Veterans Field. He had been supervising the complex at Benavides, watching the Bronco team up there. So
Yeah, it
Big
looks
shout
like
out.
the sun doesn't bother him anymore. He's
No?
smack dab in the middle of the sun.
I know everybody else is in the shade except Richard.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Richard.
Hey, we're getting some people on the chat. We got some San Antonio Texans wishing the remaining teams good luck. We got somebody from Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, Verónica Jiménez. Que
Hello.
se sienta la nogalera. dice Verónica León.
Eso.
Vamos, Juan Jiménez dice.
There I go. Un saludo y un abrazo.
So for many of you that are on this, watching this game that are probably not from the southern border or Mexico region, you know, Tex-Mex, bilingual is very, you know,
Very common.
very common and very important in the culture. So we apologize if we switch over from back and forth from Spanish to English.
I tell you, when Taiwan was playing, we were having a big challenge on how to pronounce their names and so forth.
Yeah.
And then we were very fortunate that we started getting some feedback on YouTube on the name of the kids, so that really helped us out a lot. We thank them for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame the announcers for that game if they messed up a little bit. It looks like Team Jimenez is being represented on the live chat. Veronica Jimenez dice puro Team Jimenez.
All right.
Hermosillo, Sonora is being represented on the chat.
Saludos a todos en Hermosillo. Vamos.
So it looks like pitcher Arturo Garcia, the pitcher's having some issues with his hat staying on. Every time he pitches so hard that his hat pops off.
Yeah.
Like we might be running out of baseballs because it's like the fifth.
Every time Laredo plays, we go through probably a box of baseballs. That's for some reason, I don't know. It just, they throw so hard that we have a lot of foul balls.
Rio Rico, Arizona being represented, saying that they apoyamos a Mexico. Vamos Nogales.
Another foul ball.
Got a lot of people from Sonora tuning in, watching the game.
That's good. Cheering for the team from Mexico.
Ciudad Obregón, Sonora.
Nogales, Sonora.
Guaymas.
Guaymas,
wow.
Bienvenidos.
I don't know, maybe we should be speaking 100% Spanish instead of
Entonces aquí vamos a tener que doblar la lengua un poquito. Vamos a ver.
No, pues lo que sea, lo que se tiene que hacer, ¿verdad?
Vamos a hacer esto. Vamos a mandarle los saludos en español.
Ándale. Más, ahí está Mayra Patricia Salazar Cota de Nogales. Saludos al manager Iván, el cuate Hernández.
Eso. Sigan las llamadas. Qué bueno.
Pero qué, es bonito, ¿no? O sea, sí. Estar viendo toda esta gente entrando a ver a sus familiares, a sus sobrinos, a sus primos, tíos, lo que sea, estar viendo jugar en otro país, a miles de millas de su casa.
Y nunca podían ver a los hijos jugar. Ahora los podemos ver en la tecnología que hay en nuestro mundo ahorita. Y pues también le queremos dar muchas gracias al consejero Belmares porque él ha hecho todo este proceso que se lleve a cabo en la compañía de él. Liquid Inc. es los que están encargados para llevarles este juego a todos durante esta serie mundial. A todas partes del mundo, ¿verdad, consejero?
Correcto, así es. Estamos viendo ahorita que está Leonardo Ruiz bateando para Nogales, Sonora, México. Art Garcia. Hey, Garcia is at the plate there. I'm sorry, it's on the mound. Let me see if I can jump in here, guys, and give you a hand. Arturo Garcia pitching. Swing and a miss. Leonardo Ruiz taking a hard cut at that. Garcia throwing some smoke there.
We were talking about, Rick, about some of the classifications on some of these kids. Our pitcher is
a sophomore. He's a class of 2024.
Wow.
He's going into his junior year. I mean, that's some serious heat there, guys. That I see this kid pitching.
Foul ball by Leonardo Ruiz down the third base with Garcia.
And
keep him at bay.
Arturo's from United South, so I mean they've been pumping out some really good pitchers, some
Yes, sir.
major league pitchers that get drafted.
There. And you're right.
If he could just keep his hat on,
Every time he pitches, his hat
he
comes
throws
off.
it. He throws it so hard that his hat falls off.
A todos nuestros amigos que lo están viendo ahorita aquí en el estadio de Veterans en Laredo, Texas, la Serie Mundial de Pony, Palomino.
Oh, strike!
Strike
Mira.
three.
Bueno,
Garcia striking out Leonardo Reese to retire the side for Laredo, Texas. We are 2-0 right now. 2-0 is the score. Laredo leading coming into the top of the third.
Hey, Tucson, Arizona,
yeah,
chiming in.
We've got all sorts of folks chiming in as well. We've got
that's great.
feedback coming by text from some of our good friends here in Laredo, Texas. And
See you.
we see that we've got some exciting baseball left for here tonight. 8 o'clock's another game with Taiwan playing the Youngstown, Ohio team. And we should see a really good game.
Yeah,
tonight.
Youngstown coming back, fighting to stay in the game.
Andrea mandando saludos de Tijuana, Baja California.
Bueno, saludos.
I wonder if during a Taipei game we can get somebody from from overseas to chime in and
We'll ask somebody tonight from Taiwan, see if they want to come up here. We definitely will use their help on how to pronounce the kids' names.
Absolutely.
And that it helps a lot, believe me.
We're going to be joined tonight by John Lin, who's the president of the Taiwanese American Association of San Antonio.
Wow.
And he's going to be sitting in with us tonight to help us with the names. We also have some folks who were chiming in last night, giving us some great information, helping us with the names. Coming up to bat
Stepping into the batter's box, playing second base, Marco Villanueva.
Marco Villanueva stepping up to the plate. We've got Said Mantes on the mound for Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, number 22, who's been on the mound for 3 innings now.
Number 5.
And outside, good eye by the batter, Marco Villanueva,
top of the lineup.
as we continue to see some great action here at Veterans Field. Foul ball down the third baseline, coming up against the fence line there.
Yeah. The
Said
fielder going out to
Montes.
get it.
Said Montes has been pitching well throughout the series. He had a couple innings already with Puerto Rico. And we've got Leonardo Reese, the catcher. They've formed a phenomenal duo early on.
Marco is the batter and from Alexander, and he's going to be going to Navarro State, to Navarro Junior College.
2-1 the count.
Excellent.
Marco Villanueva,
Yeah.
the future Navarro College student alumni.
Big congratulations to this young kid and all his family, his parents. We certainly have to thank the parents that have been supporting this young kid. Now you're going to have an opportunity to see him play in some college ball.
Swing and a miss. Count 3-2 to Villanueva. Montes zipping one by him. Number 5, Villanueva having a great tournament. Outside, ball 4 to Villanueva, so we get runner on first.
That's
Montes
right.
walking his first batter. Here at
Exactly.
the top of the third.
And you know, this young man is dangerous on the bases. And
He's had a good game. He's had a good game.
Coming out to bat for Laredo,
Watch his lead
playing
here.
catcher number 13, Joey Gomez.
You know,
Joey
Canales
Gomez.
giving out the signals on third base, and you watch. You got Gomez, a strong player, very good hitter.
Batting left-handed, facing Zaid Montes, the pitcher for Nogales.
There we go.
And a grounder to second,
There we go.
second to first, and we've got out number one.
Future St. Mary's
Yeah.
player there.
Yeah.
Advancing the runner to second base. Villanueva now at
Gomez.
second.
Gomez, who just moved the player, his
Coming
teammate
to
to second
bat,
base.
playing shortstop, number
But Gomez will
11,
be going to
Joey
play ball
Garcia.
at St. Mary's.
Is that right? So
Yes.
going to St. Mary's. Number 11 for Laredo at the plate. Joel Garcia with a first pitch swing and a miss.
So I'm looking at this list, and they have a lot of class of 2022 here that are moving on this next year. But I'm sure coach doesn't have a problem with filling in the talent, moving up for next year.
Oh yeah, he's got a whole crop of players waiting on the wing.
Runner is taken off from second.
Foul ball.
Foul ball, returning back to second. Villanueva running the bases hard. Aggressive running.
You know, Mr. The family, the Gomez family, has long tradition, history here in Laredo playing baseball. Great family, and you can see it in this young man's and his performance how strong the family has been behind him, and we want to just congratulate him for always being there for these kids.
We got some Laredo, Texas fans here from San Antonio, New Braunfels. Andy Gonzalez, Old United alum.
All right.
A lot of people here that are chiming in from all over, that are listening, that are rooting for all sorts of either Mexico or Laredo. So we were, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting.
Pitcher stepping off the mound. Checking his runner there on second. Resetting. We've got Joel Garcia, number 11, at the plate, facing Zaid Montes, pitcher for Nogales. And a hard shot.
Nice shot
Ooh.
to left field.
Shortstop, nice hop over
All
it.
the way to the wall.
That's going to hit all the way to the wall. At the warning track is the left fielder throwing back in to the shortstop at the cutoff. And that is an RBI double for Garcia. Marcos Villanueva running it in home.
That went screaming by the shortstop's face.
It was flying.
That turf having that bounce that we talked about at some of the earlier games
Coming
where
up to bat, playing third base, number 6, Ciro Benavides.
hit hard enough in the infield that thing has a chance to ricochet, bounce up like it did.
Springs forward, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ciro Benavides at the plate, number 6.
You know, Garcia is a player at Buena Vista University, so he's a good asset right there. Well, they're appealing the call at third base.
Third base up.
But that he didn't touch the bit.
Yeah, umpire rules it safe.
And so, again, great shot down to the left field wall by Garcia. Brought in Marcos Villanueva. And Laredo takes a 3-0 lead over Nogales. Zaid Montes had been pitching a really good game. If I'm looking at my game changer screen, he's
Nice shot to left center field.
That's going to roll all the way to the fence on the right track of the center fielder.
Stand up double, and another run comes in.
Overthrows his cutoff man, the shortstop. We've got another run coming in. RBI double.
Looks like Billy Winans Sr.'s listening to us here. His son's playing here for the Laredo team.
I tell you, the coach from Nogales is up on the mound, and it looks like they're going to be making a change.
Saeed
That was quick.
Montes being relieved here at the top of the third after giving up a couple of hits here, a couple of RBI runs, 2 doubles that have brought in 2 runs for Laredo, Texas. Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, trailing 4-0 at the top of the third.
We were talking earlier with our friend from Puerto Rico. She is
the coach.
She's a director of a complex, a school where they have elementary school, middle school, high school, and they have the kids there, and they're all part of providing the education for the kids, but at the same time, there's a pathway for them, which is sports. And we were talking about how she was asking me, well, what are all these buildings here that we are seeing around us? So I explained to her that we have an elementary school, Linedecker, and we have a middle school right here to behind us, Christian, then the high school, and then natatorium, swimming pool, football field, baseball field, soccer field, tennis courts. She said, this is our dream. This is what we would like to have in Puerto Rico so that we could offer that to our kids. And this is right here, the vision that all our leaders have seen and have stuck with the vision, and you see it now. It's built, and it's producing, and it's providing opportunities for all the kids here in Laredo.
Yeah, it's it's projects like these that help the city grow. They put heads in beds, and they help the city and the hotel motel industry, and also obviously the restaurants. And the parent that was talking to me earlier from Ohio was saying that the food is great. They love Mexican food, and they have some quote unquote Mexican food places back home, but it's not
Nothing
like this.
I tell you.
Put that in quotation marks, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Mexican food.
So he told the thing. I said, well, what is it that you like the most? And he says, las tortillas.
Las tortillas. Yeah, they're not. They're made. They were made that day.
Yeah.
Not from a package.
For Laredo, the DH, number 2, Brighton Clemens.
Brighton Clemens, number 2 at the plate, facing the new pitcher Alonso Ariola, who is relieved. Saeed Montes, and that's a high foul ball here down the third baseline. The third baseman's there to get it, and that will add out number 2.
That was a sophomore.
Yep.
Gene, that's a sophomore batting against some probably one of the top pitchers that they have on the opposite side of the other team.
Definitely.
That's a 15-year-old kid pitching, batting up against an 18-year-old probably. But I mean,
these boys can play with anybody.
Oh yeah. Imagine them when they're 18.
Well,
2-3 more years.
Looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah.
Seeing them mature, seeing them play in high school and played during Border Olympics and hopefully in the playoffs, and looking forward to seeing these kids mature and continue to play baseball.
1-0 count to the pitcher, Lynn. Alonso Ariola, number 20.
Oh, God, that was a bean. So Joshua Lynn got bean there up high on the left shoulder, close to the neck area. Shakes it off and just trots down to 15 to first base. Yeah.
There you go. And so we've got the runner being returned. C. Benavides being returned to second base.
Yeah, he was stealing third.
Yeah, Olin is heading to Buena Vista University.
Stepping into the batter's box, playing right field, number 8, Jerry Castillo.
Good luck, and once again, you just can't say enough to the parents and how you have brought up your kids, and this is the end result right here. This is hopefully you're so proud of them, like we're proud of them here.
Number 8, Castillo at the plate, facing Alonso Ariola.
Cecilia Castillo from, I'm guessing the Laredo team is saying, go Jerry Castillo Jr.
All right.
from Alexander playing right field.
There we go.
Nice, healthy lead there off of second base, making Ariola a little nervous, stepping off the plate.
You know, that's
Off the rubber there to check out his runner.
that's one of the guys, Gene, that I was telling you about. That you know, I know the parents. You know the parents of the kids. It's pretty awesome that you're looking at these kids, you're watching them play, and then you're watching them on worldwide TV on YouTube, and you know you just had breakfast with one of their pops, or went and played golf with. I played golf with his dad a lot. His dad is also a big baseball guy.
Yeah,
plays
how cool is
baseball.
that? Yeah, that
plays
is
baseball.
really cool.
Yeah, plays baseball on the weekends.
All right.
Oh, big sister. So Cecilia Castillo is a big sister of Jerry Castillo, and she's all the way from New York City. So I'm looking down at the fans, Cecilia, and I'm seeing your parents here, and they're watching with a smile that goes from ear to ear because they're up 3-0.
And there he goes, Chris Bonavides.
Oh, all the ways.
Missed
He's
it.
up and running.
There's going to be a play at home. Oh, no. He held up.
Left fielder scooping
All
up
right.
the ball, just watching it.
This is the aggressive ball playing that Laredo team is so famous for.
Cito Benavides running all the way from second after stealing third and heading on home. Add another run, 4-0 here. Laredo topping Nogales at the top of the third. Jerry Castillo still at the plate, facing Alonso Ariola.
Oh,
Line shot up center field. We got another runner coming in. There's going to be a play. No.
stand up. Yeah. Go. He's going to go get all the way to third base. That's a stand-up triple.
All right.
A stand-up triple.
They tried to make a play at home, but the throw was off. And we score another run.
Joshua Lynn coming across the plate to score another run, number 5 for Laredo. So 5-0 lead for
Stepping
Laredo.
into the batter's box, playing first base, number 1, Andrew De Leon.
With Andrew De Leon coming up to the plate, facing Alonso Ariola at the mound. Load inside.
A little change up there. You start seeing all these different variety of throws, guys. I mean, you see a changeup, you see curve, you see fastballs, you see all sorts of. I guess I'm a little bit too far to see a knuckleball in there, but I mean, with that 3 different pitches, that's good enough.
Grounder to short, scooped up by the shortstop. Hard throw to first, and that retires the side for Nogales. Laredo, 6 runs to 0 over Nogales. 4 of them scored here in the top of the third as we move to the.
The Laredo team continues to play aggressive baseball.
Yeah, we were watching these comments here, and we're chuckling here behind the scenes, and definitely letting Gene do his thing. We're just adding color to the commentary here.
Yeah,
the play-by-play,
And we're going to give him a shout out because we like him. He's a fan of baseball. He's got a nephew playing here. Just a good all around guy. Robert Diaz with T Strategies. Asking us to thanking us for turning on the comments. As earlier on, we had a great fan engagement, but we were trying to beat back the artificial, unintelligent bots that were spamming us with all sorts of nasty stuff. We got them to slow down a little bit, but at the same time, we reduced the number of comments. So we're glad to have that back on, and we're getting quite a lot of folks coming on. And he's wanted me to do a little more of the game, a little less color, but I like the color. The color's good.
Yeah.
gotta have a little bit of color.
Got to have a little bit of color here, especially when it's Game Changer providing us the information on Game Stream Live. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not.
But I can tell you this, council member, the folks out there listening to us always seem to correct us.
That's correct. And so were all the folks from Puerto Rico and Youngstown. We had a great time last night with the gentleman from that was supporting the Taiwanese team, that gave us a lot of great information and helped us pronounce the names. I was talking to John Lin, president of the Association for Taiwanese Americans out of San Antonio, and told him I was spending all morning untwisting my tongue from all the all the hard names that I had to pronounce yesterday. So certainly enjoyed everyone who's commented. We've had tremendous viewership for these games, and continue to try to improve the game experience for our viewers. Robert last year did some of the game play-by-play, some of the game calling last year, and was unable to join us this year. But glad that he's able to watch and give us a few pointers from the folks that were here with us last year weren't able to make it. Kenny Duncan and a couple other folks.
Kenny.
Kenny getting ready to play Santa Claus with that long beard of his. Arturo Garcia back at the mound, and he's.
Yeah, I was talking to you guys about this Cecilia Castillo listening on to YouTube, and her dad's texting me and telling me, "Hey, my daughter's listening to you guys on YouTube, and she says say hello to my daughter, please." And Cecilia, your dad says hi. Everybody says hi.
Everybody, Cecilia, big hello.
Yep, and so we're getting ready for the next game that comes in after this. We've got Youngstown, Ohio, facing Taiyuan City, Taiwan, who will be playing the 8 o'clock game. Arturo Garcia facing the batter from Nogales. I can't see his number 4, and that is Sadrak Navarro. Sadrak Navarro at the plate for Nogales, Arizona. Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, right across from Nogales, Arizona. High windup, low and outside to Sadrak Navarro. The pitcher, Arturo Garcia, Chewy's over here laughing at me because we keep seeing the pitcher trying to adjust that cap.
Falls off. He throws so hard.
Hoping that maybe mom's out there somewhere can put a safety pin on the cap and on the covering he's got there, trying to hold back his long locks.
Yeah, he's chunky. Let me tell you, he is chunking that ball. And as long as he puts it in there, I don't think there's going to be a problem if it falls off.
Low and outside again.
I think it's that bandana he's got on his head that's making his cap just fly off. I mean, that and the throwing the ball so hard.
Right.
That's right. So I'm trying to figure out here with our folks from. We're trying to throw our game screen here and get it accurately. Strike number 3 to Sadrak Navarro. Arturo Garcia striking him out, and I saw that this morning we had a great conversation with John Lin from the Taiwanese delegation.
Coming up to bat playing right field, number 10, Antonio Munoz.
Association, different group that won the Asian Pacific title this year. Arturo Garcia with a ball into the dirt, getting past our catcher, Jose Luis Gomez, number 13.
A lot of baseball being played here in Laredo, Texas this weekend. Palomino World Series here at Veterans Field and over at the
Great
side.
weather for it.
And then we also have the Bronco World Series going on at Benavides Complex. A lot of baseball.
That's right. And that's being broadcast over Facebook by our good friends over at Madison Avenue Agency. They're also doing a live stream to Vimeo when they can't get the feed over on Facebook. So they've got 2 streams going there. Thanks to our friends Jacob and Patty Kirby with Madison Avenue.
Oh, my God. That was
Inside
a vicious pitch right there.
Did you hear the pop on that?
Yes.
I heard it. You heard it all the way up here.
That's right. We've got it popping all the way up here into the press box. Our director, producer, Mighty Sol, coming over here, Mighty Sol Suarez, to check our sound. Hit me over the head with the clipboard. Hard shot.
Oh, look at that
Nice
stop.
grab by the
Grab.
third.
Oh, my.
That was a big time play there by
That's
third
a-
baseman right there.
That's a major league play right there,
Ciro
folks.
Emilio Benavides just pulled a grounder, a scorching grounder down by the ankles and popped it all the way to first base. First baseman was able to catch it up in the air and a little high, but he came down and tagged the runner out. So it was,
Great job by Andrew De Leon there. You said the first baseman to grab that out of the air and swing around and tag the runner there at first base.
Yep. Emilio.
At bat playing second base, number 3, Fernando Lopez.
Fernando Lopez, number 3, at the plate facing Arturo Garcia. And a nicely laid bunt to third base. Here comes a third baseman
Woo.
with a one-hand grab. Little high, taking Andrew De Leon off the bag there. Safe at first, Fernando Lopez. Runner on first for Nogales, Sonora, Mexico. And that hard face-first slide into first base has left Fernando trying to stretch out the ouch. So we've got coming to the plate here.
what are they checking with the ump?
Yeah, it's
Timeout?
the ump is talking to him about his cap.
About his
keeps
hat?
falling off.
Maybe the ump's watching some of the comments coming over here from the folks that are asking us to tie that hat down.
Yeah.
Safety clip.
Well, I tell you what, it's just keep doing what you
At the
do.
batter's box, playing shortstop, number 2, Eduardo Siqueiros.
Eduardo Sigueros at the plate, the shortstop. Low and outside. Hat comes off again. We've got a runner, Fernando Lopez, number 3, on first base for Nogales. Eduardo Siqueiros at the plate. Garcia winding up.
Oh,
yeah.
right the gap.
Right, the gap over in right field. Picked up nicely by Castillo over in right field. Tossed appropriately to the right cutoff man there at shortstop.
Did you see that throw?
Yeah, that was a quick pickup and eliminated that runner from advancing to third base. Good play. Castillo.
Coach
Castillo over
wants to
right
talk
field.
it over with the pitcher and
Yeah.
maybe take him a bobby pin or two.
There you go. Give him a little break at the same time. So we were talking earlier how the field has, about 10 degrees more temperature than what you see outside, the reflection from the heat, and how that's affected some of the players as the game has gone on, certainly into the later innings and some of the earlier games that were played in the hot sun. But the kids are well hydrated. The city staff, the Pony League staff, making sure they have plenty of water.
Plenty of water.
You see
All the dugouts had water
Coolers,
jugs and get water and ice every single game.
But it's not just water. I mean, you got to watch out with these kids. Some of these kids have, if you run into a kid who has blood sugar issues, you got to be able to handle it. You got to have something else other than water, and you got to be able to have some sugar additives or something to be able to help whoever has some medical needs. Got to have first aid staff on board ready to help.
Absolutely. So we have Juan Jimenez at the plate, number 55, facing Arturo Garcia on the mound, who has done a great job of holding these Nogales bats silent. But we do have runners on first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the third, and a drive right up the middle here. Picked up by the second
what a
baseman.
play.
Over to the shortstop and
Wow.
out number 3.
Boy, he picked up that ball almost
Quick.
in center field, and he flipped it over for the third out to the shortstop on second base.
Marcos Villanueva making that play at second base, flipping it over to Garcia, the shortstop, with a force out at second, and that'll bring up the Laredo team to the top of the fourth as Nogales takes the field. We have Ariola on the mound. And let me confirm, there's actually another Arriola here. I want to make sure I have the right name for that individual that is pitching. But we've got great action here. Number 32, Leonardo Ruiz, the catcher.
Left 2 men on base there.
Yeoman's duty there. He's done fantastic work. That's right, Rick. They left two men stranded, and they trail Laredo 6-0 here at the top of the fourth. The bottom of the fourth. So Laredo coach walked over and made an adjustment here because he talked over to the coach from the Mexican team, Manolo Rangel, having a conversation with his counterpart on the other side and bringing the ball over to the umpire. Number 20, that is Alonso Arriola, the pitcher, who came in relief of Zaid Montes, who was pitching earlier. And now we've got coming to the plate for Laredo, Gabriel. Jeremy Gabriel, I believe, is coming to the plate here.
So we got a comment on there that's saying that that the hat falling off from the pitcher is a distraction for batters. So
I agree with them, and it has been a distraction. And I tell you what, as hard as this guy is pitching, and they don't even see the ball. The only thing they see is the hat coming off.
Yeah. So like I think it's Choche on the chat is saying que es una distrae a los bateadores. O sea, es algo que los puede
throw them off.
Los puede sí. Yeah, throw them off. I don't know how you say throw it off in Spanish.
Si lo ven como un truco, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Como dice. Pero el número 10, Brian Gonzalez, number 10, Brian Gonzalez is back at the plate for Laredo. My error, thought it was Gabriel, but it's Brian Gonzalez, number 10, facing Arriola. Hard foul ball down the third base line. And I hear Robert Tellez saying, "Tírale afuera." So I'm not sure if you're saying "tírale afuera" or "tíralos afuera."
Yeah.
So we've got Arriola pitching. Nice shot in between third and shortstop, rolling out all the way to left field. Base hit for Brian Gonzalez, number 10. Top of the fourth, 6-0 Laredo. Nogales trailing.
That looked like a changeup there, Gene. It looked like a very soft, ball coming in there. He just caught up to it and just lobbed it over the infield really quickly.
Coming up to bat for Laredo, playing second base, number 5, Marco Villanueva.
Kind of hung there a little bit. Didn't have any movement on it. Number 5, Villanueva.
Top of the order.
An aggressive base runner, top of the order. With a runner on first, no outs, top of the fourth. Villanueva at bat, Arriola on the mound, trying to silence these Laredo bats that have been just fantastic in this game here. Nice little lead off there on first. Arriola looks him over. Catcher sets up. Outside, anticipating that the runner would go. Villanueva patiently waiting his pitch. Arriola, who came in relief in the second inning here for Zaid Montes, trying to keep Laredo from extending its lead.
Whoa!
Ricochet. Down first base line.
Down the first base line.
Running to third. Oh, he's
all the way home.
There's the throw at the third base.
Not a chance. Stand up.
Awesome.
Not a chance. Stand up triple. That shot was right off of the first baseman. It looked like his knee or his glove, right by his knee, but he ended up kneeling down trying to snag it, but it just bounced right off him. It was hit so hard that it bounced off the turf.
There's the AstroTurf bounce.
Coming up the bat lane, catcher number 13, Joey Gomez.
Okay, Yes, sir.
So we got another run. So
So stand-up triple
7-0.
for Villanueva, 7-0 Laredo over Nogales. And at the plate here is number 13, Jose Luis Gomez.
Joey Gomez.
Joey Gomez at the plate, left-handed batter facing Ariola, a right-handed pitcher. Outside.
this is your captain right here. This is your catcher
This is our catcher.
from Nixon High School. He's representing. He's going to St. Mary's next year. So
That's right.
he's a hell of a player.
He is, and I know his grandfather real well, and want to say hello to Mr. Gomez, and great job.
And we've got a nice fly ball to left field, and their left
Oh, he's going to tag.
fielders
Tag
there is
up.
tagging.
Another run scored.
8-0.
And Jose Luis Gomez drives in Marco Villanueva for another run, making it 8-0. And, we've had some great comments coming in. We had one just recently come in to tell us that somebody from Game Stream was doing a great job. And we'd like to agree that, the gentleman from Game Changer, Esparza, here is his name, Hector Esparza, is doing a great job at confusing all of us here. Sorry, Mr. Esparza, I had to throw that in.
You want to borrow my mic?
Strike.
Yeah, we got our
one
Garcia.
to Garcia,
Shortstop.
the shortstop. Had to add a little humor to that one there. Ariola on the mound, getting ready to pitch to Garcia. And another shot to third.
What a catch.
Baseman catches it. Rocket arm, able to get it on one hop.
Wow, one bounce. He got him.
Wow,
Two outs.
that's a great play by the Mexico third baseman there.
So Navarro, the third baseman, Sadrach Navarro, with a solid arm.
You're on the speaker outside?
I'm not on the speaker outside. We're broadcasting live to YouTube. The gentleman
Coming up to bat playing third base,
is
number
on the other
6,
side.
Ciro Benavides.
So knocking on the wrong window, we had somebody come up and let us know that the microphone was down outside or something. I don't know what they were talking about. So on the mound, Alonso Ariola, pitching to Ciro Benavides. Benavides with a drive down between.
Going to be a gapper.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Drops right in between left and center.
All the way to
He's
the.
going to do a stand-up double. Cutoff throw.
That was a gapper all the way to the.
All the
way to the
fence.
Yeah, all the way to the fence.
Hitting the fence and being scooped up at the warning track. Benavides safe at second, stand-up double. So, number 2, Clements, coming to the plate. Brighton Clements.
Coming up to bat for Laredo, the DH, number 2, Bryden Clemens.
Now, he is one of the youngest players on this team. Is that correct?
He is one of the youngest ones. He's a sophomore.
Sophomore, Brighton Clements, facing Alonso Ariola for Nogales on the mound. Ciro Benavides is safe at second there after a long shot double that hit the back left field wall and was scooped up in the warning track.
You know, he's a sophomore, Gene. You know, you see a lot of Alexander players on this team,
Yes,
and
sir.
you gotta think they're going to be great the next couple of years.
You can only imagine how these kids are going to perform in a couple of years. Looking forward to seeing them play. Awesome.
Absolutely. Ariola on the pitch. Strike to Brighton Clements. Ariola con brazo fuerte, tirando para Nogales, Sonora, México, con el intento de parar las carreras de Laredo. A shortstop, scoop and a hop. Out for number 3. That retires the side for Laredo. Nogales trailing Laredo 8-0. 2 runs scored here in the 4th.
You know, those out of those 3 runs, that first baseman scooped up two good balls.
Yep.
That was, with this turf, they could have bounced up and taken a weird jump, and he got both of them, stood right in front of them, so they won't get past him.
Great play. That was a super scoop.
You watch these kids from Laredo come out, and actually from both teams, but you see them come out, and you see them with that pep, trying to get, wanting to go out there, and they're hustling to their spots.
Everybody.
They're doing their part, and they want to be out there. You see them, you're going to see some kids hanging on another kid, and we're doing good, and animo, and it's all about the experiences, right? It's all about the, remember back when, when they're our age, they're saying, remember back when we were,
Exactly.
And
we tell some of these kids, and say, enjoy the moment because it's going to go by fast. And
oh yeah,
you're only going to be able to play in this World Series one time, and then you're going to move on. The other kids that are coming up, hopefully they'll have another opportunity, and hopefully we can make it to the World Series again and be able to continue playing. But how many kids are there out there that can actually say, I played in a World Series? Not too many.
not too many.
Garcia still on the mound for Laredo. Warming up, getting ready for the bottom of the 4th, leading Nogales, Sonora 8-0. Laredo 8, Nogales 0. So, the 8 o'clock game is going to be between Taiwan and the team from Youngstown, Ohio, who played here earlier. Hopefully got a little rest. It was a hot day and had a great game. Was able to best the team from Dorado, Puerto Rico. And so today we're trying our very best to make sure we get all the names right, all the right numbers.
Yeah, Garcia still on the mound.
Octavio Fabian for Nogales at the plate. Garcia still on the mound.
Garcia, the pitcher, is from United South, and he's also a sophomore. So, looking forward to seeing him play some more baseball here.
Oh, and Garcia
He dinged one.
hits Fabian. Oscar Fabian.
Got away from him.
Octavio Fabian in the back there. Got away from him. He's trotting over to first base. Doing what most of us are told when we get hit, walk it off. And he's headed over to first base, talking to his first base coach, asking if he's okay. Garcia adjusting his cap again, number 6 batter for the Nogales team, number 6, Heriberto
At the batter's box,
Yepes.
number 6, Heriberto Yepes.
Heriberto Yepes at the plate. High, ball 1. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Laredo in command, 8-0 over Nogales. Garcia has struggled more with his cap than he has with the batters from Nogales.
They said stop making fun of the game changer, Gene.
Oh, I can't stop making fun of the game changer. It's just way too easy. Although we did have somebody running the scoreboard earlier that might have rivaled our game changer's accuracy.
Yeah, imagine if we would have had a jumbotron.
If we'd have had a jumbotron, no telling what would have shown up there. Probably clips from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Arturo Garcia on the mound pitching to Heriberto Yepes. Yepes with a chopping grounder to second.
Oh,
second
he
baseman.
missed him.
He's out.
No, he missed him.
Oh yeah.
He missed the tag. Second baseman missed the tag on the runner.
Marcos Villanueva trying to grab the that hop and touch the runner as he ran by.
Well, the thing is that Nola's coming out. I think he might have run a little bit outside of the base path, but a good alertness from the second baseman because he didn't waste his time with him, and he went ahead and threw the ball to first and got the runner out.
So Coach Manolo Rangel approaching the ump that is behind second base. Quick chat with him about something or another. Walks back to the dugout, head hung low like he didn't win his argument.
At bat playing left field, number 31, Cesar Martinez.
Cesar Martinez, the batter for Nogales at the plate, facing Arturo Garcia. Strike. Gets that inside corner, nice and low. Fabian is over at second base, waiting to be brought home. Octavio Fabian. Foul ball. Makes the count 0-2, 1 out. One runner on base, second base there, with Martinez at the plate. Arturo Garcia showing his versatility, throwing sliders, good changeups, and fastballs. Arturo looks over at second, trying to keep the runner honest. Comes to home with it. And that was a little high and inside. Ball one, count 1-2. Garcia still adjusting his hat, trying to keep that thing on. Martinez trying to drive in a run to keep Nogales in the game, but they are trailing here at the bottom of the fourth, 8-0. Chopping grounder towards the dugout. So we've got good comments coming in from our friends Jorge Hernandez and Aron Cervantes, Robert Herrera having their own little discussion there on live chat and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Cesar Martinez at the plate.
Nice little blooper.
Right there into center field. Center fielder coming up quickly. Cutoff man. First baseman, Andrew De Leon. Pitcher backing up the catcher. Catcher moving up in front of the plate. Successful single, advancing the runner to third. So we've got Martinez, Cesar Martinez, and Octavio Fabian on base. Martinez at first, Fabian at third, with Leonardo Ruiz, number 17, Kevin Vasquez coming to the plate. Kevin Vasquez coming to the plate, number 17, facing Arturo Garcia, with runners at the corner. 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Ball one.
Looking at this list, Gene, and it looks like Garcia's the only United South player on this list.
Right.
That's good. He's representing the United South.
That's right.
Representing him well. Strike
Nice strike.
one from Garcia. Count 1-1. 1 out. Runners at the corner. Kevin Vasquez is the batter for Nogales, Sonora.
You'd figure that by now the coach from Mexico would have already said something to the umps or the refs about the hat. I mean,
I'm pretty sure everybody's noticed.
well, the score is 8-0. I would have already tried something. Stir up the pitcher because it's not. Ooh, nice outside pitch.
Outside corner gets strike number 2.
And we're starting to get some activity in the bullpen for Laredo.
Arturo Garcia still maintaining a commanding presence out there on the mound. holding the Nogales Sonora team scoreless. Foul ball by Vasquez over the first base dugout into the dangerous seats, as we like to call them. Arturo Garcia from United South, representing his school very, very well, delivers.
Ooh,
Swing and a miss. Strike three.
that was a great pitch.
That was wicked, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Headed to the dugout.
he crossed up the batter. The batter didn't know which way it went. It was just a little change up there.
The catcher already had the ball, and he was barely swinging.
What are we watching?
Pop fly to right field. Second baseman.
Foul ball.
Second baseman.
Sadrak Navarro sending it over into the down the first baseline over to the bullpen and getting those prospective pitchers to scramble a little bit.
That was a little bit far out there for a second baseman, but he tried his best.
That's right. That was some coverage, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he had like a good 50, 55 yards to go.
That's right. Good hustle. Good hustle.
Runners at the corner for Nogales. 2 outs. 0-2 count to Sadrak Navarro. We see Garcia winding up, staring in. High fly ball here in the infield. First baseman. There we go. And so we get out number 3 as we go into the top of the 5th with Laredo leading 8-0 over Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, the Mexican zone champion. Laredo, the host team, takes a different path to get into the tournament. Most of the teams had to go through tournament play to get here, and because Laredo is a host team, we're allowed to put in one team. All-star team that has been placed for this year has been doing a phenomenal job competing against some very good baseball teams. Puerto Rico coming with a contingent of players that are attending a special school just for baseball. Youngstown having a bunch of D1 players on their roster that are all signed and committed to D1 schools. Taiwan always having a phenomenal team as well. And right now, they're going to be going up against Ariola, who's been on the mound since the 3rd, since relieving Zaid Montes. Alonso Ariola, number 20, pitching.
You know, Gene, I see 11 class of 22 players. And out of those 11, 7 of them are committed to playing, advancing their baseball careers in college level.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's a great talent that we've got here in Laredo. It speaks well of it. And I hear that we've got another couple more from United South. Jorge Hernandez and Aron Cervantes are at United South as well.
Great.
Fantastic. I don't see them on my roster
I don't
here.
see Cervantes.
I think the roster that we've been working on has basically been his starting lineup only.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, I've been corrected on the texter. Out number 1 there at first base. Joshua Lynn grounding out the first base there. So the comments are coming from his first baseman and his catcher. His good buddies are ribbing him here at YouTube Live. and we were mistaken in our thought that they were saying that there were additional players from United South here, but it's actually Jorge Hernandez and Aaron Cervantes, his two teammates from United South, who are giving him some encouragement.
Oh,
And a little bit of ribbing here at YouTube Live in our engagement feed, our live chat. Those of you watching the game, please join us on the chat as well. You can give us a little information about your player. We'll be happy to give you guys a nice little shout out. We might make a little fun of you as well, but all in good spirit,
All in good
fun.
spirit.
That's right. So Arriola pitching to number 9, Jeremy Gabriel, left-handed batter. I'm sorry, number 8, Jerry Castillo. Jerry Castillo, number 8. I caught that number wrong.
he had
Tall
a
batter.
stand-up triple this last time he went as he was at bat the last inning.
That's right. Mashed that ball way out there and managed to get all the way around to third base. Stand-up triple. Arriola looking at him, trying to figure out, what do I throw at this cat? And foul ball. Because the last time he came up here, he smashed one in for a triple.
So this kid comes from a baseball family.
Yes.
Castillos, they play in Laredo back in the days, and they played here in high school, United, and then Laredo after that, and then they still play. You know,
You remember this kid when he was little, right?
well, yeah, and I play golf with his uncle and his dad, and they're baseball players, and they're in their 50s. Upper 40s, lower 50s, and they still play baseball. So they love the games. They've been breeding these kids to,
Great.
raising them to play baseball their whole lives.
They hang around that sport, and they're going to play it.
Yep. Oh,
High foul ball here. Third baseman trying to track it down, but it's going into the
Batting cage.
batting cages there. Castillo hanging in there. Gerardo Castillo, Jerry Castillo, as is known by his friends. 8-0 here, top of the 5th. Facing a full count, 1 out. Alonso Arriola trying to get another out.
Oh,
High fly ball, shallow left field. Shortstop backing up and grabbing it. Left fielder coming in to assist. Siqueiros making the catch for Nogales. Castillo, high fly ball, out number 2. And then coming to
At the
the
batter's box, playing first base, number 1, Andrew De Leon.
got a good rally section out there, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's for the Laredo team or the Mexico team.
Got a
high fastball.
little noise out there.
Ball 1 to Andrew De Leon. I see A. Garcia, my game changer here, but that's really Andrew De Leon. Strike 1
Oh, that was a little bit outside.
from Arriola. The so we've got Andrew De Leon facing off with Alonso Arriola. Takes ball 2. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, no runners on. Bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry, top of the 5th. Laredo leading 8-0 against Nogales. And someone wants to know, Alma Sanchez is one of the commentators from Podcast Windup. I don't know. Commentators from Podcast Windup. I don't know. Is it, let's see, we're going to sound off. Is it me?
Is it me?
Or myself. 1,
Oh.
2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. Bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3.
I'll let my wife hear you say that.
Yeah, that's why my wife is on her way back from Corpus and probably hearing this. Arriola throwing a second strike to Andrew De Leon. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. High fly ball right here, just short of center field.
The shortstop was busy.
It's Siqueiros. Siqueiros making that catch. And that is Eduardo
Number 1.
Siqueiros. I'm going to say number 1. That would be me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Go number one. I think you're not rooting for me. I think you're rooting for the batter, not bachelor number one here.
Andrew De Leon is number one.
Andrew De Leon is the batter. Thank you, Diana De La Rosa. Shout out to Andrew De Leon, the first baseman for Laredo, and Arturo Garcia, on the mound. Andrew's at first base. And for those that
Alma, number one.
thank you, Alma. Appreciate that. Bachelor number one is not necessarily from Wind Up Podcast. He's actually from Laredo, born and raised. We're going to have Munoz come to the plate. I see the coach from the Nogales Mexico team, Coach J.J. Gomez, making a presence. Felt in the booth here.
Oh, my God.
Coming over to see us.
J.J. Gomez.
Bring your paddle.
First base coach Leo Figueroa walking across the plate here. I thought he was going to have a discussion with the blue, but decided I think I'll just go over to my box here and settle down for just a moment. Arturo Garcia, number 4, still on the mound.
Looks like they're sticking with him another inning.
Yeah.
He's been doing a great job.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's held them scoreless, 4 hits but no runs, and they lead Laredo leading 8-0 here. Nogales trying to start something here. First batter coming to the plate is going to be Antonio Munoz, number 10.
Coming in for the batter's box, number 14, Sergio Valverde.
Oh, someone is substituting for Munoz. It's going to be Valverde. Sergio Valverde. Shallow fly ball infield here to the third baseman. Gingerly making that catch. Out number 1 here at the bottom of the 5th. Nobody on. 1 out. 8-0 Laredo leading Nogales.
Even people from Laredo are chiming in. They're saying that, la abuelita las todos, they're apoyando a su nieto and people like that. That's awesome.
There
That's
we
really
go.
awesome.
Check him out. I'm glad everybody's got an opportunity to see their
At bat,
kids
number
playing
30,
on YouTube.
Moises Rivera.
Garcia working on the mound.
Keep on seeing that hat fly off.
Well, they'll be able to talk about this game many years to come down the road.
Every time he has to bend over to get his cap. It's got to be tiring after a while.
It's a lot of extra work out there.
Yeah. He's still popping that glove.
Popping that glove, struck
Yes,
another one
just
out.
Struck another one out.
Yeah, caught him looking, and he just, and you know what? He's still keeping that ball low.
Yeah, these Mexico players haven't been able to figure him out yet. I mean, it
That's
might be a
it.
little bit too late to figure him out now, but I mean, they're struggling against him.
Keeping the ball inside, keeping it low. Here he comes. There we go. Catcher has to wait for Garcia to pick up his cap, and then he'll throw the ball back to him. Ooh. Pass ball. All right, line shot to the right field, foul ball.
Oh, what a line drive. Line drive,
Got him out
third
there.
baseman there.
Well, he's been hugging that corner, hasn't he?
Yeah, both third basemen have been doing a really good job.
Yeah,
That's been a very hot corner for both teams.
that's right.
Yeah, Jorge Hernandez saying Turi's got some nasty stuff. He does. He has some nasty stuff. Mexico hasn't been able to answer his pitches.
They just can't get adjusted, and he just has kept every single batter off balance.
Aaron's mentioning he'll cross you. Yeah, we saw that. What was the last batter? No, before this one in the previous inning.
Yeah,
The previous inning, he the ball was already past him and he was barely swinging.
he's barely swinging.
Yeah.
Pitching hard and strong.
Menciona Julia en el chat que todos son campeones. Claro que sí, todos son campeones. Llegaron hasta la
La Serie Mundial.
Serie Mundial aquí en Laredo, Texas. Todos son campeones. Y aunque no ganen, serán campeones para siempre. Porque esto vivirá como una memoria en sus vidas por el resto de su vida. Y ojalá y regresen el año que entra. One of the comments is Duty's making him look silly. And yeah, he's a hell of a pitcher. He's the best pitcher I've seen all day.
Yeah, Garcia's been tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got a gapper right through shortstop and third there.
Yeah, Brian Gonzalez. Good shot. All right, we got top of the order. We got Marco Antonio Villanueva.
Man on first base.
Thank you, Jake.
So Marco Villanueva moving into second base. We apologize for the silence there for the moment. Trying to work out some logistics
Was it
for the championship game, and the entire crew having to make some decisions here. So we've got a little bit of funny business coming from our famous artificial unintelligent bots.
Unintelligence.
Unintelligent.
At the
Offer
batter's
us all
box,
sorts
playing
of
catcher
things.
number 13, Joey
Yeah, on YouTube.
Gomez.
Joey Gomez at the plate.
Joey
Left-handed
Gomez.
batter.
What time's the championship, Gene? They're asking.
Well, the championship will be at 7 o'clock. The question is, will it remain? Will it remain
At
here
Veterans
at
Field.
Field or go to Unitrade? And there's a possibility that the championship game, may move to Unitrade.
Good
Sharp hit,
shot.
and it gets by the second baseman.
Yep.
Run scores.
2 runs.
2 runs scored.
Second run comes and touches the plate, and now we've got a 10-0 lead over Nogales, Sonora here in the top of the 6th with Villanueva.
And courtesy runner for Gomez, and we're gonna chalk that one up as a hit and too hard to handle.
That's right.
Scoreboard.
At the batter's box, playing shortstop number 11, Joel Garcia.
So Luis Gomez getting on to first base, driving in 2 runs. Joel Garcia at the plate with Villanueva and Gonzalez crossing the plate to bring the score up to 10-0 here at the top of the 6th. And so the championships will be tomorrow, 7 o'clock. The question is location at this moment. And we've got another out. So 2 outs now here, I believe. I'm watching the game changer. And for those folks who are at the stadium who are watching the scoreboard, we apologize. I don't know that we have anybody running the scoreboard here. We are running the game changer live.
Coming up to bat,
Game
number
stream.
6, Cito Benavides.
Cito Benavides at the plate and running the live YouTube broadcast. 3 broadcasters today on the mic with 4 cameras running. Our production team from Liquid Studio Group handling the transmission here on YouTube at Veteran Stadium. We've got quite a lot of moving pieces here. Let's see if we can get the
Oh, that was a balk.
scoreboard working, but apologize for that. Score is 10-0. Top of the 6th
Okay.
here in Laredo, Texas. Veterans Field. Laredo leading Nogales, Sonora. Arriola still on the mound. Chopping foul ball down third baseline. So Luis Gomez scooting over to second base earlier. We continue to try to make some sense of some of the things we've been asked to do here real quick. Hopefully be able to provide you the information for tomorrow's championship. I see the comments coming in on our YouTube live chat. The game is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The location may be Veterans Field. It may be Unitrade. We are still working out the logistics. By 8 o'clock tonight, we will know exactly where that game's going to be. Hard shot down
Nice
the
shot to third base.
line.
All the way to left
All
field.
the way
Another
to
run
left field.
coming in.
Left fielder scooping that up. Stand-up double for Joel Garcia, scoring Jose Luis Gomez. The JG connection. RBI double, pushing that score to 11-0.
Coming up to bat for Laredo, number 3, Felipe Elizondo.
Felipe Elizondo, number 3, coming on to bat.
Where are the games at tomorrow? I mean, we all need to push, to broadcast it over everybody's personal Facebook pages and stuff, and get people out there to support.
That's great.
That's right. If you can share,
bet.
this broadcast onto your Facebook page. We'll be live streaming it tomorrow here on YouTube. We've got a high fly ball, shallow center field.
Ooh, he dropped the ball. For 1 run.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, that was
Left fielder dropping the ball. Cesar Martinez dropping that high fly ball.
Way to hustle.
that was with 2 outs.
Hustled all the way and made a double out of it.
That's right.
That's gotta hurt.
Cito Benavides
Yeah.
crossing the plate, and the DH Elizondo
Stepping into the batter's box, playing center field, number
Sliding
15,
into
Josh Lynn.
RBI double. Number 15 coming to the plate for Laredo. Joshua Lynn. Foul ball, first pitch. Still only 1 out. Brian Gonzalez, who's from Martin, on the roster, number 10. At the plate here, taking a strike from Alonso Ariola. His batter number 15, Joshua Lynn. So now we've got Ariola throwing another ball here. The count, 1-2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get someone to operate the scoreboard for you. As soon as we do, we'll let you know. Apologize for that. Only enough volunteers to go around, so we're going to try to keep getting information as we decide where this game's going to be. Joshua Lynn at the plate. Laredo leading 12-0. We've got over on second base, Elizondo. Foul ball by Joshua Lynn, Juan Elizondo, who hit a sliding double RBI earlier this inning. Still waiting for Joshua Lynn to bat him in. Cesar Martinez, the left fielder, committing the error on that double by Elizondo. Number 15 looking away here, looking into the dugout, getting a little signal, and the blue giving some direction to blue over at second. Canales, third base coach, walking over to talk to blue.
What are they talking about?
It seems to be
Looks-
some kind of discussion.
The Laredo coach, third base coach, is pointing over to the Mexico dugout. I don't know if it's
That's right, and we're trying to fill up some of the dead air here as we try to figure out what's going on here. We've got Blue over there talking to Jorge Canales, the third base coach. Umpire behind the plate, trying to get the game restarted here. Joshua Lynn stepping back in the batter's box, facing Alonso Ariola here at the top of the sixth. With 4 runs already scored this inning, Laredo leads 12-0 over Nogales. The lead taken by Elizondo off a second is substantial.
struck him out.
Joshua Lynn goes down swinging.
That didn't look like a strike. It looked like he was about to get hit in the knuckles.
Yep, but appears that he went around.
Coming up to bat number 8,
2 outs.
Jerry Castillo.
Jerry Castillo, who's had a stand-up triple.
Oh, took a rip at that one.
He took a shot.
Swing and a miss by Castillo, Jerry Castillo. Gerardo, as is on our scorecard, but Jerry, as he's known by friends and family, facing Alonso Arriola to mount. And there is a smash hit deep into center field. Center fielder Jimenez there for the third out.
Easy out for that center fielder.
Retire the round, the side for the Nogales Sonora team. And that ends the top of the sixth with Laredo leading 12-0 over Nogales.
If they don't score 3, game over.
That's right. We've got, it's 7 o'clock, and the hour is getting late for the team for Nogales Sonora as they try to get into position to take a run at it, see if they can actually come back. Right now, the Laredo team solidly in command, 12-0.
Just a little side note, there's no more bullpen action in the Laredo side.
There we go.
And so right now the decision is being made to move the championship game tomorrow from Veterans Field to Unitrain.
That's great.
So it's on a...
So I just got a call, although it was an intrusive call by the president of Pony, Richard Rosas, knowing full well I've got a headset on and a microphone in front of me, decides I'm going to ring in right there in the press box. Thank you, Richard, for the update. And yes, the game is going to be moved to Unitrade Stadium. We're going to broadcast that out on our Pony app for those of you who have it. For those of you that are on Facebook, we'll put a message on there for you as well. And for those who are hearing this broadcast on YouTube, we are moving the championship game tomorrow at 7 o'clock to Unitrain.
Lovely.
And I just heard somebody from Game Changer say, lovely.
I'll be in my own box. Nobody's going to bother me.
And so, well, Game Changer will be moving to his own box. He's remote here, and he'll be remote there. I hope the performance improves with his own solitude. Thank you for all the hard work that's been done by...
It will be broadcasted, right?
Yes, it will be broadcast tomorrow.
Yeah, they're asking on the chat. It will be broadcasted. Everything will be broadcasted.
Absolutely. My director and superb producer, Marisol Suarez, looking to put a noose around my neck and string me from one of these rafters as I just told her that the change in our contractual obligation is no
Coming off
longer
the bat from
veterans, but now
Mexico,
moving to Unitrade.
playing center field, number 55, Juan Jimenez.
Oh, and one of our other staff members, our videographer, actually the head of the division, who is not here, abandoned us this weekend. Foul ball. Jimenez taking a foul ball swing at a pitch from Arturo Garcia. Yes, our illustrious videographer, head of the division, Carla Sanchez, who's not here, has just been voluntold she's got to be at Unitrade. And
Voluntold.
Oh, a nice shot, foul ball down the first base line. And I'm sure she's driving here from San Antonio or wherever it was she was at this weekend to run me over with that car. But we are moving to Unitrade, so everyone who's listening to the broadcast, we will live stream from Unitrade. Sharp hit to second base scooping that up, moving to his left, tossing it to Andrew De Leon at first for out number 1 here at the bottom of the 6th. Unitrade, which is a phenomenal facility, is going to host the championship tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That is a City of Laredo facility, one of those facilities that was voted on by the
Stepping into the batter's box, playing first base, number 49, Octavio Fabian.
Octavio Fabian at the plate, Arturo Garcia on the mound, with the championship game moved to a City of Laredo facility. We're checking to make sure we've got good electronics over there, good Wi-Fi, good internet, and that we are able to broadcast this game for you tomorrow from Unitrade. And so far the answer has been absolutely yes. And we will continue the live broadcast Swing, shot to shortstop.
Oh.
Shortstop angry at himself as he takes a slide on the carpet here. Unable to make the throw.
He's able to stop the ball, but his feet went out from under him.
So we got a runner on first. Octavio Fabian getting on to first base. Number 11, Garcia. Joel Garcia slipping there at shortstop. Really want to thank LISD for letting us use this facility today and yesterday and day before. We are so impressed with the staff and the members of the organization who were so accommodating and hospitable in their treatment of everybody who's been here. Coach Barrera and her team. Swing and a miss.
What control of that pitch? I don't know if you saw that pitch, but that was a super controlled off speed pitch.
Right. Kind of threw it sidewinder.
Arturo Garcia, command performance here in the game with another strike. 0-2 count to Heriberto Yepes. LISD staff did a phenomenal job of bringing technology to us. We have phenomenal Wi-Fi, great signal strength, able to broadcast smoothly. Outside of some other technical issues not driven by Wi-Fi. Chopping grounder to third baseman running up to grab it. And we've got 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th with Laredo leading 12-0.
Runner advances second there.
And the runner, Octavio Fabian, is now at second in scoring position with number 13 coming to bat. UISD, thank you for bringing all the buses.
Coming up the bat playing left field, number 31, Cesar Martinez.
Cesar Martinez charged with an error earlier in the last inning when he dropped the fly ball, allowed runs to score at the plate. Takes strike one from Arturo Garcia. UISD loaned us all the buses and drivers to shuttle the players back and forth from hotel to games, from hotel to dinner, lunch, breakfast, you name it, they did it. Thank you, UISD, Danny Trevino, all the folks over at UISD, David Gonzalez, superintendent.
Whoa, what a scoop.
Scoop for the third baseman.
That's it.
And that ends the inning.
And that's
the game.
And the game. With 12 runs scored by Laredo, none by Nogales.
And they implemented the 10-run rule on
And the
Mexico.
10-run rule.
That was a nice thrown shutout by Arturo Garcia from United South, representing United South.
And I guess it worked, huh? He kept everybody off guard with that cap falling off of the pitch.
They never figured him
They
out.
never figured it out, and it was Manolo's secret weapon. So we want to congratulate everybody from the Laredo team. And most important, we want to congratulate everybody and all the team members and family that is here with the Mexico team and from Nogales, Sonora. We want to thank all of them. Like I said, without the parents backing all these kids up, they wouldn't be here. And we certainly appreciate all their hustle, all their hard work. And
Saludos a toda la raza allá de Sonora, México.
saludos.
Hermosillo, todos lados. So I just saw on Facebook, Laredo Sports Wire magazine reports that the 12 and under Laredo boys Pony World Series team beat Pearsall 13-2.
Wow.
Congratulations to that team.
Yeah.
As they continue on in the tournament, trying to stay alive. I know they took a beating from Taiwan.
17-0.
That is correct.
Oh wow.
So congratulations to the Laredo team. Our conciliatory remarks for the Mexico team from Nogales, Sonora, who played a phenomenal tournament this year. Fantastic game, fantastic athletes. The people from Nogales that came to the game, so wonderful, so warm. Angelica, our friend, who came and helped us early on when we didn't have a roster to make sure we got the right names and the right numbers. Fantastic people. Love all of y'all for joining us. Gracias por su asistencia y por su preferencia. Escuchando este programa sobre YouTube en el canal de Laredo Pony. A todos nuestros amigos de Nogales, Sonora, México. Hermosillo y todo el país de México que nos escuchó. Gracias por representando su país tan bella con sus jugadores que dieron una lucha tremenda para avanzar aquí en Laredo, Texas. Nos despedimos esperando para el juego que sigue. Thank you everyone for listening to us. We'll be taking a short break, coming back with a game here at 8 o'clock from Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas. Thank you.
Saludos.
Saludos.